great if the body's stacked up.
That would be pretty great. Oh no.
Help me!
I'm trying.
Oh god,
It's
that
not
looks,
working.
that looked brutal.
Well, shit. Well, you guys want to do a "Would you buy" segment with me with this game? Well,
Would you buy? I mean, it's not bad.
Sure.
would you rebuy? Like, yeah, what Teak and I did with Far Cry is once we finished it, we just talked about it for a bit, just gave it a little review discussion. You guys want to do that? I'd be down for that.
Sure.
Where did Tiki leave us already?
Do we have a place where we meet?
We can meet right here.
Do we have someone to take meeting minutes?
Oh my god, meeting minutes. Please no. Please no.
Oh,
It's.
You can't sit in this game, and there's a lot of places to sit.
Oh, that's
It's kind of
true.
disappointing.
A meeting minutes is like.
It's just a record of what you talk about
Exactly.
at the meeting.
Gotcha. Yeah, shit. I prepared one for Far Cry 5. Should we take a day? Should we take a couple days so we can get some meeting minutes?
Okay, so I'd say it's worth it. I mean, considering it's an older game, well, it's not even that old of a game. It's only a few years old.
Yeah.
There isn't a huge amount of replayability as far as the group is concerned, but
Yeah, I can't imagine grinding this for gear like the game kind of suggests you should. Like, if you look at the inventory thing, there's like a trinket for level 15, a trinket for level 30. Like, how the who the fuck is grinding this out?
I mean, I see the appeal of trying to do it on the hardest difficulties, and then you're going to need gear for that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, hey, is the game really complete until you beat all the levels on, like, insane or whatever? So, I mean, there's a lot of replay value there to be had.
That's
but
true.
It doesn't. It's not going to reward you like linearly because you're going to put a lot of time into the game, and if you get a weapon for a character that you don't really want to play, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who you actually play. Like, the only person there are two classes that really have distinction. That's the dwarf and then the fire mage. Like, those two fulfill an actual role. The other three are kind of interchangeable.
Well, yeah.
So
Hey,
you
now.
kind of play with whomever you have.
The soldier can tank similarly to the dwarf, but yeah, I see.
yeah, I'd say the soldier and the dwarf have a similar role. The witch hunter and the elf have a similar role, and then the fire mage is just—it's just an odd duck, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I mean, you just like, if you're gonna play with a solid group of 4, then you want to kind of have the same characters that you go through with, and then if you don't get the equipment for the character that you want, you're just kind of left out in the dust. And you're like, okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna continue going on with my little hammer.
See, that was my problem. Is like, I got a new bow and it has a cool effect on it and it does a lot of damage, and it was just enough to make me think that maybe there's really cool weapons down the road. But we made it through the whole game and I got one item upgrade. Like, that's a little ridiculous. I think that I'd be more inclined to actually continue grinding it if I had a little bit more taste of like fun weapons to play with, or I don't know, some other kind of reward. It feels like I wasn't rewarded throughout it.
Well, even looking at the quests where you can get like legendary items, they look awesome, but the quests are nearly impossible to achieve. I actually, like, one that night after you guys left, I played a little bit trying to complete one quest where you have to complete 6 quests to get the item. Trying to do one quest, and I couldn't even do it. So that was sort of disappointing. But Clancy, if you open up this quest thing or the mission board, there is like a gauntlet mode, so you could do like waves of rats, I guess. Not that mission board, the one on the table.
Oh.
There's like a different type of quest we could do, or a mission that we can do.
Oh, Last Stand?
Yeah, Last Stand. So I have a feeling that means just like waves and waves of rats until we die. That might be interesting, sort of like zombie mode in Call of Duty or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
But to what end?
I guess we should be like full disclosure. Yeah, we only played each map once on normal as 4-player co-op. So yeah, but I feel no inclination, no desire to do it on harder mode. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm used to like a horde. You know, this is basically a fantasy Left 4 Dead clone, right? I mean, the characters are all like they're all unique and they're all fleshed out more, but that's really what the bones of this game is. Except there's no PvP mode like there was in Left 4 Dead. So
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that, you know, like we played through all of the levels, but that's not what the game was supposed to be there for.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of missing the point if we're just gonna leave it there and then say, should we buy it after this? I mean,
Well-
if we grind up a couple, in you know, part of the issue too is that like, yeah, we didn't get much loot, but we also didn't play for too long in terms of like how much gameplay we actually did. And you can dust your weapons and you can like combine them to forge new ones. So there's different ways to like if you get like, oh man, I got my 5th green weapon for the dwarf. Well, if you combine all 5 of those, you get a blue weapon for the dwarf.
All right, but I see your point, but sort of going off what Zaya was saying, I feel no inclination to keep playing. And I mean, we've already been playing for. I know we haven't played that long, but we should be hooked by now, right? So, like, we should have been hooked to keep. Oh, let's up the difficulty. You know, I don't feel that at all.
Yeah, but if you think back to like, say, Left 4 Dead, since we want to keep calling it an analog to Left 4 Dead, what's the inclination to keep going to Left 4 Dead? It's not like you keep getting better gear for your guys or even increase better. You can't increase the difficulty of Left 4 Dead either.
I can answer that.
Yeah, you go ahead, Zay.
Left 4 Dead is a little scary, or at least it was when I first started playing it. And B, the maps are far more interesting. Like you're walking through a mall or a circus, and that in and of itself, like the atmosphere is fun and changes. And this felt like it was the same town, similar maps.
That's true. That's true.
Like
every map does feel very similar.
Really.
The monsters were all the same.
Get to this point, hit the thing, wait for the mob to hit you, kill the mob, go to the next thing. You're right.
And
Also, sorry.
No, you go.
I like that Left 4 Dead has little waypoints along the way, so you get to a safe house, and it takes you through a story by checkpointing.
Yeah, that's something I did forget. Each level has like multiple
save points,
stories and save points. Yeah.
And for me as well, Left 4 Dead has PvP, and I when I was playing, I think I've put like 500 hours in Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2, and that's because I found a custom PvP server that was a blast. So there's always that. It becomes less about what map are you on, and hey, how can I beat these motherfuckers? And I think this game, given that it's literally a Left 4 Dead fantasy clone, I don't see why they didn't clone that PvP aspect of it too, other than logistical stuff. But.
Yeah, you're right. The PvP is. I played a shitload of Left 4 Dead as well. I think I played Left 4 Dead 1 a lot more than Left 4 Dead 2. I was sort of burnt out of Left 4 Dead 1 after Left 4 Dead 2 came out. But yeah, the PvP definitely keeps it entertaining. It's just like any other, 8-player PvP game, Call of Duty or any other small arena game.
Yeah,
You're right.
And going back to something Tiki said earlier, on would you rebuy? And my answer was, even despite everything I'm saying, yeah, I would rebuy. I mean, I only paid $7 for it. So
exactly. And that was sort of my point when I was saying it's a 2-year-old game, but it's so cheap. Really. Yeah.
And it's not. It doesn't hurt your eyes when you play, and it's kind of a fun grind fest.
Yeah. And I don't think I would record more vids, but yeah, if you guys were on one day and we're like, yo, we're blazed, want to hit shit, and I'd be like, yes, just give me an hour and a half for this to kick in.
Gonna have to smoke again before you come around. Like an hour and a half activation time bullshit.
Man, makes your night grand. Tyler, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just listen.
I know sometimes you're quiet and then you're like, have you guys heard me? I've been talking this whole time.
Fucking new button.
Usually happen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really actually have that much to say about this game. I mean, and that's sort of indicative of how much time we put into it. Hang on, let me pull up the library. How many hours have we put? Yeah, 8 hours, and you guys might be a little longer, but
Yeah, I've played a few times solo, which the AI is pretty. I don't know.
atrocious.
It's not awful, but they're not very good either. I did find it sort of funny that they'd pick up, say, like a bomb on the ground. I'd use my bomb, and then they'd give me their bomb. I'm like, oh, okay, good AI. So basically, I'm sort of playing by myself, but you guys are my extended inventory. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and going back to the price, like 8 hours, $7. I mean, that's $1 an hour. That's a great deal. I definitely wouldn't pay. I would have been pissed off if I paid. I don't know how much this came out for originally. Warhammer 2, Vermintide 2 is out for $30 right now, so I'm guessing it was probably $30. Yeah, if I had initially paid $30, I might be a little disappointed, but I would also probably be more incentive or motivated to try harder modes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think my lack of interest is just indicative of the fact that it's a 3-year-old game and there's a sequel out literally right now.
And I felt like I got my money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hard though, because you just farm over and over again, just get better gear. Like to some extent, some people are just looking for farming something and improving a character.
But that was different because WoW was a really social thing and trying to like max your. There was like competition to get the best DPS or to be the best tank. Like here, if I'm the best, like you guys are like, no, I'm fucking the best.
There were very this goes back to what we were saying like on Saturday at when we were hanging out. Oh no, it's been last Saturday. About like the dopamine like reinforcer schedule things. Like World of Warcraft has lots of little tiny dopamine fucking rushers everywhere. This one, not so much. It's more about like the visceral sort of like, oh yeah, look at what I just fucking shot this rat in the head with a crossbow and his head flew off. That was cool. But like World of Warcraft has those like, oh man, oh, I gotta beat this guy in damage. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then your like friends are like, man, you saved us back there. Or look at all the damage they did.
Right.
Or somehow the tank and the healer killed that boss and everyone else was dead. What the fuck? It was a 20-minute fight.
Oh wow. How does it always like turn into reminiscing about WoW?
It's because we're all WoW players. That's how we all met, sort of.
So yeah, I mean, I see the you know, the why World of Warcraft, you know, with a similar sort of grinding style, is just, I mean, a more solid game to play at, because you know you got that guild aspect. It's a social game. Like at its core, it is a social game. Like you're not gonna,
That's true.
no one plays World of Warcraft by themselves, just going, oh yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna keep playing.
I did for a long time.
Yeah, some people do. I guess it would be interesting to know if anyone plays Warhammer or Vermintide like that. Like, oh, I can't wait to find a Vermintide guild and we could just do runs all day. Like, is there a big social aspect to Vermintide 2 right now? That would be an interesting thing to know.
Yeah, it's true. The other thing is, there's some DLC for this to like unlock more missions. Like, is that something you guys would put money into? Maybe that's a reasonable question to ask.
I think if it was on sale, and like if the game's $7, and like if all the DLC were on sale for like $5 or like $1 each, then yeah. But like if it was any more than that, probably not.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at. Like what I'm seeing is the DLC is like $8. Like that's more than the game itself.
I mean, we probably missed the sale. Like it was probably on sale when it was when this one was on sale, but keep our eyes open. But yeah, all right. So
I'm watching Left 4 Dead. Do we gonna play or no?
So
Tyler, thank you for ending our "Would You Buy" segment so astutely. So I got this porn video loaded up. We doing this or not?
I'm downloading porn and Left 4 Dead. Which one am I doing?
Got my dick in my left hand and my mouse in my right. What's happening?
Well, shit, this is a little impromptu, but thanks, guys. And thanks for watching, motherfuckers. Fuck you.
What?
That's my sign-off. I wait 5 seconds and then say, fuck you.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
No, that's not my sign-off.
That's his cue to cut the video.
Fuck you!